All right, two-stroke turbo fans, welcome back to the shop. As we look out into my parking lot, you can see my dog is in the shade. Stella is our shop dog, our mascot, and she's also the bona fide weather person or weather mascot we have for today. You can see it's sunny out. It's going to be hot. This weekend is supposed to be record temperatures, 96 degrees. It's basically been raining here in Portland, Oregon for about the last 6 months straight, like hard rain, like we're over the amount normal by 5 inches, and all of a sudden we've got a heat wave, which I don't know, I guess extremes is what we do now. Stella's just going to lay there in the cool shade, and I'm going to talk to you about something that I just haven't talked much about. As you know, I'm a mechanic. I have a passion for small cars, micro cars, two-stroke cars especially. But I work on everyday cars, and sometimes everyday cars are in, need a service, like this Camry. It's the 2000 Camry. It belongs to a good customer of mine. Got into an accident, so I'm going to do a bumper and a headlight and a corner marker and a grill and whatever else straightening underneath the styrofoam. Also, it's got a misfire on number 5, so spark plugs. 3 front plugs are really easy, as you can see. 3 back plugs are in there, and you can see that's a lot harder. I got all the plugs out and oil change. So that's normally what I do. My business is what I call bread and butter, which is cars that come and go every day. That's how I make a living. The little micro cars are sweet and nice, and I love them, but they don't come and go as fast. They sit around for a while, getting restored. The white van's getting ready to go. The DKW is getting further along. The Vespa needs some work. This is a long-term project, but I get to them in my free time. So what happens when a car like this comes in that needs work and I take parts off of it? What do I do with those parts? I thought I could do a video today on how I recycle and reuse and try to give back the parts. I don't just throw everything away. So spark plugs that would come out of this engine, oil filter that comes off this engine. Not much you can do with an oil filter because it's full of oil. That has to be thrown in the trash. However, spark plugs and brake pads and old brake rotors and steering components usually get thrown over in this side of the shop in a pile. And when the pile becomes too big, then I load it onto another pile outside. I keep sorting through it until it warrants being taken to the scrapyard. And I think that's going to be the point of the video today. So the pile here is starting to bother me. Again, I've got a 5-gallon bucket that's overflowing, and then I've got some brake rotors that I'm tripping over. My waste oil gets poured into that drum, filtered 5 times, up that tube, and then up to that clean burn unit, and I heat the shop in the wintertime. So that's how I recycle the oil. But how do I recycle parts? If the part comes in a cardboard box, that's easy to recycle. I try to recycle those the best I can. There's not a really good way to recycle the plastic oil cartridges, but the oil filter boxes, yes, those are totally recyclable. But let's get into the metal, scrap metal, basically. So I'm going to take these brake rotors out to my pile them on my trailer, and then we'll take them to the scrapyard and just show you the process of how that works. I think that'll be very interesting. So let's walk outside with these brake rotors, and I'll show you what we're going to do. Ella is still sleeping here in the shade, but she's going to get excited when we show her what we're going to do. Come on, come over here. She likes going over here. So I got my little white van going again. It was down for a couple months. I had to have the starter rebuilt, and wouldn't you know it, there's no place in America that rebuilds a starter for a Kia Towner minivan with an 853cc motor. Had to get sent to New York, and there was a bunch of hubbubaloo about that. Okay, see this big pile of green? There's actually 5 cars under that pile of green. You wouldn't know it. And there's parts in there, and there's all kinds of cool treasures. And off to the side here, right to the side, set this brake rotor down, is my microcar trailer, which is half loaded full of old brake rotors and scrap metal that's supposed to get taken to the scrap metal place. You can see I've got, well, this old lawnmower's got to go, gas can's got to go, all this stuff I have to tie down, sort through, make sure it's not going to blow off, and take it to the scrap metal place, which is a couple miles up the road. And I'm going to use the hitch on the back of my micro van here to hitch up to the hitch, which you can't see, which is right there. But I got to clear out the stuff out of the way, so give me a few moments here. Stella, I'm going to put to work. She's chewing the grass, as you can see, like a goat. Stella, are you a goat? You're a good goat. Why don't you chew some of the grass around the trailer here, Stella, and we'll see if we can get this thing cleared up. Just gonna keep eating the grass. Yeah. You silly puppy. Okay, I got the grass mowed around my working area so that I can at least get at this trailer. And I'm hoping that the balance, this is the hitch of the trailer here. Oh, okay, well, I can lift it. So that means it's a single axle trailer and that the load is distributed equally. It's not tongue heavy nor tail heavy. I think I'm just gonna clear some stuff, hook it up and just yard it out of here. It's just completely entwined with all these vines. It's gonna take me hours to try to untangle it, and then I gotta figure out what's really junk and what I'm gonna save. It's just one of those things. So let's see if we can get a little closer here. This has got to go. There's no way. All right, so we got our new spark plugs in and oil changed on our Camry. And we had to take a break and do that. Now we're waiting for another part. And once we do that, then we can finish this car up. Let's get back to working in the yard, scrap metal. Okay, so I got the van and the trailer hooked up. It took a little bit. It's completely entwined in vines. I can't move it. I don't have the power. I think the tires might be flat on the trailer. I'm just going to set it up here. Set the camera up and hope for the best. Okay, I got it set up. Let's just see what happens. I think it actually worked out all right. Not too bad. Still have cars in there. Didn't get hooked on anything, and took half the bushes with me. Now I got to sort through this, make sure it doesn't fall off, and get ready for metal recycling. I'll take you with me. Okay, so we went through the shop and we cleaned out all the junk. We got a pretty good load. Trailer is bulging down. Tires, I got to pump some air in those things. Yeah, they're very, very flat. These are old 12-inch trailer tires. They need a little juice. Anybody wants any good exhaust systems, springs, lawnmower, gas can, last chance. It's all going away. Okay, so today the little hitch on the little van is coming in real handy. We're towing a bunch of scrap to the scrap yard. I hope nothing falls off. I checked it out pretty well, bounced it around. We don't have far to go, literally half mile. So I'm gonna go slow and take it easy. The trailer does not have any suspension, solid mounted axle, so stuff bounces around a lot. So I'm just gonna take it easy. So we're rolling, got my dog by my side. It's gonna go about 25, 30 miles an hour. It's about as fast as I need to go to get there. Speed sign says we're doing 32. That's about right. And we're here, Metro Metals. Not far at all. Little van across the scales. So funny, the little tiny thing compared to all the big trucks around here. wonder if we'll even weigh 1,000 pounds. Find out. Reading that right there, 3,760 pounds total. That's a lot more than I thought. We're the lightest customer here today for sure. A lot of stuff here, all ground up metal, meters. I mean, look at the machinery around here. Look at this thing. That weighs a bit more than us. Wow. Look at all those aluminum wheels. We are definitely the lightest. Yards are always really interesting. That guy just dumped a load of shredded metal. They're decommissioning cars over there. And then there's a big magnet there. And this is where we're dumping today. All these refrigerators and cars and just crazy stuff. So he offloaded all our junk out of the van. So nice to have a clean trailer. Oh my goodness, now I can actually use it for hauling cars, its intended purposes. And the junk just keeps coming. Just keeps coming. Look at all that. Wow. Cars everywhere. Some of those cars are nicer than mine. Van's very utilitarian. Seriously, those cars are nicer than mine. They're offloading the Rendezvous. That thing is going to the great sky. Now weigh 2,660. About 1,000 pounds. I gotta clean off all my tires. Make sure we didn't pick up any metal shavings. I think we're good. No way! $108? We're back at the shop. Feels a little cleaner. My trailer's empty. There's 1,100 pounds worth of stuff. That's crazy. This van is so useful, I don't need a pickup truck anymore. Really. Between its towing capacity, which I don't tow a lot, I couldn't tow a huge cabin cruiser or a camper, but it does what it needs to do. Really pretty amazing what this thing can do. Really like my getup.